Today on the TMZ Podcast.
Welcome to the TMZ Podcast. Jaime and Brendon here. Brendon, good morning.
Good morning.
So we've both worked here for a while. We've covered some heavy things, some serious topics. The topics we're going to talk about today, this is the shit I live for, okay? This is OG, messy TMZ dramas, and I'm here for it.
A lot of drama to get to this morning.
Okay, so first we're going to start with Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber. When I woke up and I saw this story on my phone, it was like Groundhog Day. I was like, didn't we do this? We've done this. Have we not done this? Well, we're doing it again. So Selena Gomez is speaking out, and she is posting about the hate that Hailey Bieber has been receiving. If you're living under a rock, they've been like sort of like subtly fighting, I guess you would say, for the past few weeks. I mean, they've always had some beef.
This is apparently the fourth time that Selena's come out and made a comment.
I guess. So it all started with eyebrows. That Selena Gomez posted some photos of her eyebrows all sticking up, and she said, "Oh, I over laminated the eyebrows." Great, nothing really. Then Kylie and Hailey got involved. They say it was purely coincidental that they then posted photos of their eyebrows, which seemed mocking. And the Selena fans were not having it. They went nuts, and people started unfollowing Hailey, saying she's a mean girl. And finally, Selena spoke out, and she said, Hailey Bieber reached out to me and let me know that she has been receiving death threats and such hateful negativity. This isn't what I stand for. No one should have to experience hate or bullying. I've always advocated for kindness and really want this all to stop.
I really like Selena Gomez, but to me, it's such a PR written statement. Like, this is your friend. Wouldn't you say something like a little bit more?
You friend? I don't know about friend.
I mean, because if you're coming to her defense and you're saying, listen, obviously Selena doesn't want, if something was to happen.
No, Selena's a good person.
To Hailey or
she doesn't
anything,
want Hailey
she
Bieber
doesn't
to
want
die.
it on her back, right?
Yeah, but like, when is enough?
But it just feels so like this. It feels like so PR.
It is PR, and to me, this is proof that they are not friends. They've never claimed to be friends.
There's nothing genuine about this to me.
No, but at the same time, Hailey, you got to fight your own fights now. Stop being messy if you don't dish it out if you can't take it, because people aren't going after you because you're simply married to Justin Bieber anymore. I know there's the diehard Selena fans that are like, they were meant for each other. That's not this. You're being petty and you're being mean, and now people are annoyed with you for it.
Do you think we're going to hear from Hailey now?
Well, I think, okay, here's what I thought was like super a little shady of Selena, and love it, girl, do it. There was no need to say Hailey Bieber reached out to me. All she had to say was, hey, guys, like,
stop the shit.
Yeah. And what I love that she was like, oh, it's almost like if you're at a friend's house and like you're hungry and when you were a kid and your friend was like, Mom, Brendon wants to know if he can have a snack. And you're like, dude, no, you didn't need to put me on blast like that.
Also, like, I feel like their fans are like, the obsession is kind of a lot. Like, you and I were talking about how like this is like all over like TikTok algorithm, Instagram reels. The way they dig and like find things and piece things together. Do you think it's like a lot of conspiracy theory, or do you think they're actually like finding things that are really going on in their life?
It's funny you say that, because I nothing Selena and Hailey. I think they're great. I don't have any passion for either way. Something must have happened on my Instagram that I am now like roped into this algorithm that I am just shown all day long comparison videos of Justin with Selena versus how he treats Hailey, and it'll be like him opening the door for Selena and then him like slamming it on Hailey. Like these are all blips in a 24-hour day. I don't even remember what your question was. I got roped down into I don't even remember what
I just think the fans are like,
is it real?
Both of their fans are they just seem so obsessed, and like they're like they think they're like journalists where they've like uncovered like this is what's really going on between them.
It is odd.
So have the fans,
are they onto something?
Are they onto something, or are the fans like causing all of this, and that's now Selena has had to speak out? Like, is there really a lot going on behind the scenes between Selena and Hailey, or is it because the fans have said so much on social media? They've caused so many headlines in the media about this.
So what came first, chicken or the egg? I think originally the whole story of how Hailey got together. First of all, she was a big fangirl, you'll remember, of Selena and Justin Bieber. We found like cringy tweets from like 15 years ago of her saying like, oh, they're the American dream. And then fans dug up all these videos of her kind of stalking Justin at concerts and stuff. So I think the way they got together was a little icky for Selena because they got engaged like months after Selena and Justin broke up. So probably a little beef in the beginning. And then I think nothing. She moved on. She dated The Weeknd. I want to say it all is conspiracy theory stuff, but like that Hailey and Kylie eyebrow thing was rude. It was messy. It was not a coincidence. How often do you post your eyebrows on Instagram?
It's such a small thing to like.
Yeah.
To think that we're talking about like it's over eyebrows.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a good pair of brows. I mean, right?
Listen, I have always been a Selena Gomez fan. I don't really know what Hailey Bieber's
what
famous
she
for,
is, yeah.
other than being married to Justin Bieber.
Sure.
Also, I think it's interesting. I mean, Justin hasn't obviously inserted himself in the conversation.
That's huge.
Which could be a good thing, but also people are also noting at the fact that this has happened like 4 times now.
If
where
you're
she's had
married
to say
to
something.
one of the most famous men in the world and he doesn't speak out and say, yeah, he did. Like I remember years ago, something happened and he was like, hey, be nice to my girlfriend. But no, you're right that he hasn't come out and say something that is like, I don't know. I wouldn't love it.
I can't imagine we're going to hear from either one. I don't even think we're going to hear anything from Hailey.
No, this was it. She got into Selena's ear and Selena posted that and here we are.
I kind of think if they were smart, they would have done like Selena and Hailey would have gotten together and done like a joint video and been like, okay, everyone on the internet, shut up. Here's what's really going on or whatever. And you can all move on from digging deep and thinking that this is something and that's like they should do like a YouTube video or something.
But that would be if there really was no beef. There is. It stems
There's
from
beef.
somewhere. It stems from somewhere.
Okay.
Like I ain't going to my frenemy's house. Like you don't have to give her death threats, but like, girl, I'm not going over there and doing a YouTube video.
I give Selena Gomez a lot of credit for one. I mean, this is such a PR again statement. It doesn't sound like this is a statement for my friend because normally, like, if you were to shit about me, you'd be like, okay, like, you know, your statement would not be. Like this sounds like something that they've been writing since Monday.
Well,
and they're like, we're going to post it on Thursday.
And it also goes so much deeper though, because remember that Taylor Swift is Selena's best friend, Kylie is Hailey's best friend. There's weirdness there. Like it's a whole big tree of mess. And I'm here for it. And it's going to be my Christmas tree. And I love it.
I still am trying to put it all together. But
I know. Speaking of mess.
Vanderpump Rules.
Oh my God. What a Friday. What did we do to earn this Friday?
Also, to compare the two stories that we're talking about. So Hailey was always a fan.
Yeah.
Raquel was always a fan of Vanderpump Rules.
Look at that segue. Brendon, take it away. Tell me what's happening.
Well, I mean, a lot has happened. They taped the reunion yesterday here in LA. And, you know, things are starting to slowly like leak out. Like I've heard things like, you know, Tom and Raquel apparently didn't show a whole lot of remorse.
Well, I saw those photos of them outside vaping. He was smoking, looking like Boris and Natasha from Rocky and Bullwinkle. That was my favorite comparison on the internet.
I feel like there's so much going on in those pictures because one, they showed up to their own funeral, it looks like.
Yeah.
They're both dressed in black. However, neither one of them wore that outfit on the actual set. She had like some floral green dress. And he was like, I think in a suit or something. But so they filmed with Sheana first. Obviously, there's that restraining order in place. Raquel claims that Sheana had punched her in New York the night that Ariana found out that Tom was having an affair with Raquel.
So there was the full thing of Sheana and Raquel cannot sit together at the reunion. Andy decided to do separate moments in separate seating charts.
Correct. And so I was told that they filmed with Sheana first yesterday. So she films with the rest of the cast. Meanwhile, Raquel's like sequestered in like a hair and makeup trailer watching a feed from the show because the whole thing is Sheana and Raquel have to stay 100 yards apart and they also can't communicate. Oh. Which it's like, like Raquel, God, I love you, but this is your livelihood. Can we just drop the damn restraining order so that you can all be on the set together and we don't have to do the in and out? And
Sheana is so not like, I love Sheana, but she's so not a vital part of this season that it's not even, it's just a weird, like, just get rid of it. Who cares about Sheana?
Yeah.
Just sit, don't talk to her. It's fine.
And we also know that on Wednesday afternoon, Andy had obviously flown into LA and he sat with Ariana, Raquel and Tom Sandoval one-on-one. So the three...
Oh, like a sit-down interview?
Well, not all of them together. So he interviewed all three of them solo, like the three main players in this Scandival.
Never done that at a reunion type situation.
And apparently they're going to like work it into the reunion. How, I don't know. I think it would be more interesting if he had done it, Tom and Ariana, and then Tom and Raquel.
Oh, girl,
Like,
Ariana's
paired
not
up.
going to do that.
She's never going to do that.
No, but this will be interesting because Ariana can hold her own. Tom can hold his own. Having Raquel alone with Andy Cohen, he's going to eat her up. And I am
think
going to watch it.
Ariana probably just tore into them. I mean, there was that clip that came out, the mid-season clip, where she says she wants Tom dead.
Yes.
So I can't imagine she was friendly on the set to either one of them yesterday.
So tell me, though, I'm also hearing something about Raquel served Sheana papers.
Yeah, so it's interesting. So apparently she showed up to the set and gave production papers. They gave them to Andy Cohen, the papers. And then when it was time for Sheana to come out on set to film again, Andy said, "Oh, I'm serving you like on behalf of Raquel or whatever." That's kind of how I take it.
And Andy Cohen.
So Andy was the one that gave her
papers to
two papers
Sheana.
to Sheana, because obviously Raquel can't have.
I'm.
So he was her, what do they call that? Like a process server? Like,
Yeah.
here's your being served.
You've been served.
And they were documents like signed by Raquel's lawyer and everything. But I guess what Sheena's side is saying is this is like BS. It's not an actual filing because it's not showing up in the LA court system yet. Like, they haven't filed it in the court system yet. So they're kind of saying it's a PR stunt. And
I'm very surprised that Andy Cohen would be a part of that. He's very good at usually sitting back, allowing the drama to happen, but to actually get involved and to carry the papers over to Sheana seems almost like taking sides in a way.
And it kind of feels like it doesn't feel like Sheena's side is basically saying this is a publicity stunt, and she's doing this because there's cameras on, and she's trying to salvage what's left of her image. But for me, it's like, I don't know. I mean, I don't really know how I feel about it. I think it's a little weird. I mean, I think it could go both ways. It could be for the cameras.
Yes.
But who knows? Like, maybe she's going to go and actually file these papers today to dismiss it. Here's the thing is, though, you can't dismiss a restraining order until you have the hearing. So the hearing's on the 29th. So Sheana has to go to the hearing. But if Raquel doesn't want to show up, then the restraining order's dropped.
It goes away.
Which I think Raquel is not going to show up. I think this is Raquel giving a hint of, okay, like maybe this didn't happen, or maybe she pushed me, but she didn't actually punch me, so I'm going to let it go. But in the time that she filed the restraining order, I think Raquel was like thinking the only way I can get sympathy from people at this point because of the affair is to play the victim.
Got it.
It backfired.
Yes. And you are my housewife god. You know everything Bravo. You have always said that Andy Cohen, when a housewife gets litigious, when she, starts saying, I won't film with this person because I have a lawsuit here and there, that's when he says no thank you and he drops you like a bad habit. So it is interesting that Raquel, who's still fairly a newbie, is doing this. And I wonder if Andy's maybe gotten in her ear and said, hey, not a good idea.
What I would guess is that producer, or probably NBC lawyers, because Bravo's with NBC, were like trying to convince her in the weeks leading up to the reunion of like, hey, can we like drop this lawsuit? Because one, they wanted them to both be sitting on the stage together and they didn't have to do the sequestering.
Yes.
And I think they also knew that it was like,
well, she wanted out of this reunion. She cannot handle it in person. At least if it were over Zoom on a camera, she could have, had more control of the narrative rather than being in front of the person that you screwed over. And that didn't work out. Andy was like, that's fine. We'll make it work.
Right. And I think they were also reminding her, like, it's a big thing with Bravo, Housewives included. If you don't show up to the reunion, you're like basically done. In this situation, maybe producers would take into consideration the fact that she's a main part of the storyline in the scandal. So maybe they wouldn't necessarily fire. But like on Housewives, like if you don't show up to the reunion, like bye, you're done. It's part of your contract. You know what I mean? Like they get paid by episode. So if you don't show up to the reunion, you're not only putting yourself in risk of not being welcomed back for the next season, but you're also going to like lose a chunk of money.
Yeah.
Raquel needs the money and she wants to come back next season. What else is she going to do?
I don't know.
Work for Blush Nail Salon.
Rachel is going to go to Blush Nail Salon where we got her outside. So I don't know. We'll see. I hope it's like a 5-part reunion. That's what I'm hoping.
The most devastating news I heard last night was, I think this past week it was episode 7. I was told there's like 14 or 15 episodes in the season. We will not get the reunion until like May.
Wow.
Mid-May.
That's actually better than I thought. Okay.
2 more months of
I'm here for
building it up for them, building up some publicity for them.
Well, I hope that they have a lovely time. I hope it was all worth it. What do you think? Are they going to last?
I think they're together. I do.
I'm telling you, if she tells me next week she's having a baby,
You believe it?
Yeah. I mean, now she has to have a baby. She's got to keep him now.
And she's thinking of that next season storyline.
I know. Well, that's all for us. Thanks so much,
Juicy,
you guys.
juicy.
We will see you on Monday.